Good afternoon all, Wendell Daniel from StreetMic coming to you. Live and direct from Trafalgar Square, where the Extinction Rebellion weekend of mayhem has just started. And don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. So give me the thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. This is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic, and we are coming to you live and direct from Trafalgar Square, where the weekend mayhem, the rebellion, has just begun. And I'm sweating like a pig doing this camera work just now, following these guys and girls. And it is amazing that initially this rebellion was scheduled for the same week the Queen had passed, and it was postponed, but now the rebellion is on the streets. And last week we had Animal Rebellion down at Green Park, and that started last Saturday for a couple of days. I only covered it for about half an hour, but I should be here till 3 p.m. today, and I believe the rebellion is going to end up outside of number 10 Downing Street. So the rebellion today is going to end up outside of number 10 Downing Street, and in a few moments I'm going to capture a few of those people who were drumming away down here at Trafalgar Square. But don't forget, hit those subscribe button, hit the likes, hit the follows, and share with at least 20 of your family and friends. So hit that subscribe button. My name is Wendell Daniel, and thank you for watching. Let me do a StreetMic interview, man. Hey, that was great, man. Yeah, that was all right. I thought I wasn't going to see you down here no more. Yeah, of course, man. I'm still here. Remember the last combo we had on the bus?
You know me. Out and about, I'm out and about.
Wait, what time do they go down the street? Because I'm only here till 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's going to be the one.
What time's that, Jim? Is it today or?
1 o'clock.
Anything special?
That's going to be the one, yeah. A lot of, we're not down there, but a lot of things around Parliament, you know, lots of problems. It'll be good, yeah.
Any theatre today, the usual theatre stuff?
The usual stuff that's going to be going on down there.
And I said, unfortunately,
What was it?
I got work, proper job. That's fake. Hold that.
I can put it around my finger.
Hey, Jamie, look for the cameraman. So, Jay, hold on, let me push the volume. So, Jamie, say good afternoon to my viewers.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
So, Jamie, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to interview you.
No worries.
Tell me more about what's going on down here today.
So we are
Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion. We are the Extinction Rebellion drummers. We are providing the sound of the music and the. Our main objective is we've caused a lot of disruption. We've got our name out there. We've got our media name out there. But our main objective right now is to basically tell Shell and all the oil companies to stop completely. Stop funding in fossil fuels. We've been banging on about it for ages. Nothing's happened. So we're going to basically take it to the main people, which is obviously the Prime Minister. We're going to go down to Downing Street, and we're going to do some risky stuff over there to be announced later. I'm sure you're going to get it on the media, I'm sure.
Some risky stuff. I like that. But before we get into the risky stuff, you said that the oil companies and the big boys have not been taking notice of Extinction Rebellion, even though You dropped a big boat in Oxford Circus. You've dropped another boat outside of the courts of justice. You
Yes.
dropped another boat down in front of Parliament, and they're still not taking any notice. Why is that, sir?
I think it's mainly the first thing is the media. I think the media is not telling the truth enough, is what it is. There's a lot of things that have been said in the media that's not true.
For example,
that basically that we're sort of just protesters that don't have jobs, that sit in the road, and to be honest, we're just causing a nuisance.
so you're not the unwashed.
Well, you could say that. I mean,
I know you work.
I work. So do these lovely. So we've got XR doctors. We've got XR. There's all sorts, but I'm part of the XR doctors. They're pretty cool. I'm an emergency medical technician myself. I know what's going to happen. You know, as a medical profession, I'm not here to just because I want to block a road. I'm here because I know that something's going to happen where basically we're going to be underwater in 2030. That's it. That's the game.
So let's talk about some of these spectacles that might be planned for today. Let's talk. I believe you're going to end up outside of number 10 Downing Street, and Liz Truss is going to know you're there. What's been planned?
Liz Truss is definitely going to know we're here. I don't know if we can trust her yet. That's there's whistles going on behind me. That's definitely something that obviously we won't know until the future happens. But what I can say is that come with us on this magical ride. Come with us to Downing Street and see what we have to say. You know, speak to a couple of us. Don't be afraid of us. Don't think that you can't come over to us and have a chat with us. We're normal human beings like you guys out there, like people, you know, that have a job in Shell, whatever. Come and chat to us.
Big up. Thank you, sir.
Listen.
Don't forget my microphone.
Yeah. I won't steal it. I won't steal it.
So what can they leave you 1 o'clock? Listen, there's always good stuff. That's my love. Extinction. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah. So as we can hear, lots of good stuff is being planned for today with Extinction, Rebellion. So lots of good stuff is being planned. Let's start on this long journey with them.
You don't use white flour.
I might as well stay here. They're going to be leading off from here soon. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Yeah, man. So good afternoon to all of you watching. My name is Wendell Daniel and welcome to Street Mic, and we're coming to you live and direct from Trafalgar Square with Extinction Rebellion. And today, the mayhem, the weekend of rebellion is starting. And in a few moments, we're going to be making our way to the gates of number 10 Downing Street, where the rebellion is going to kick off. And I'm confident that Liz Truss, the cabinet and Kwasi and all them nutcases in government will be listening to what these guys and girls are saying down here at Trafalgar Square. But don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, give me the thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. So my name is Wendell Daniel, so hit that like button. We are going to be with the rebellion till 3 p.m. So we're only here till 3 p.m. So you're getting about 2.5 hours of the rebellion. And then I have to go elsewhere because I got to earn my money. This is all for free. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the button and share with 20 of your family and friends. So this is going to be setting off very soon. So these guys are due to set off in about 15 minutes time, and they're going to be heading, I'm led to believe, down to Downing Street, where the mayhem is going to kick off. And when I actually arrive down here, the first thing I do is to the first thing I do when I arrive at these locations is to have a look at the number of police officers who are hiding, who are around, those who you can see and those who you can't see, but we can spot them a mile off, and it is going to be good. You know, on all of the side streets down here, there are hundreds of officers. There are going to be lots of arrests today and during the coming days. And, you know, we're going to be here to capture everything that is going on. But I'm now going to interview a serial rebel. So you're not ready, and that's great, because when you're not ready, you get better interviews. So this young lady in front of the camera, just like Street Mic, she is a serial rebel. So I'll capture her later on, but very soon we are going to be heading towards Downing Street. So let me walk around Trafalgar Square, then I'm going to come back to this young lady and let's capture all of these great people who are down here. And you know, as I go around, I see the regulars. See, hello sir, big up, big up, big up. We saw the regular rebels and we're going to catch up with them. And all of these officers, not yet, no. And all of these officers here in the blue, they're the liaison officers, they're the good ones. Allegedly they're good ones. So here's another rebel. So I'm not interviewing, I'm just showing who's who. So you enjoying yourself? Excellent. Excellent. We'll catch up with you when the rebellion starts for real. So this is what it's like down here. Let's capture some of the sounds and some of the interviews. Sorry, excuse me, can I get in? Excuse me, can I get in?
Family, some that I'd met before, some that I'd never met before. I went to City I've never seen, Downing Square, Solidarność, the movement that started the toppling of the Soviet Union, began. And it was a really special experience for me. And I met loads of incredible people that are really open to the world, very progressive. And they're trying to change things there. They don't want to see the clocks turned back. They don't want to see abortion made illegal in Poland. In the US, in other countries around the world. They want to see people moving forwards, right? And yeah, it's a little bit embarrassing, but I'm going to do a little video of all of you screaming and shouting and so that with people in Poland, in Budapest, in Hungary, all over the world who are struggling for a better future, as we are here. And I'm going to send it to my friends and family after you're done, okay? So when I say let's hear it, you're going to make as much noise as you can for my family and friends and for everybody around the world that is struggling for a better future. And then we're going to set off to go to Downing Street, okay? We all good with that? So, let's hear it. Alright, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I thought I was going to be too scared to ask you to do that, but I wasn't. Hey! Alright, we're going to slowly bring the rickshaw around and we're going to go to Downing Street, okay?
Oh, nice to see you back on the streets. Nice to see you back. Where you been hiding, man? All right then, I see. All right then.
Word of warning, there's a guy with a red hat.
Go on.
I mean, I'm not to speak there, but yeah, he's going to try and heckle hundreds of people later, just keeping it close.
Well, I'm only here for till 3 o'clock and I'm gone.
There's stuff happening outside Scotland Yard too. Like people.
I've seen it all before, man. Every week. Every week there's something different.
Ah, exactly.
See you later, man.
Otherwise, yeah, the whole thing was, yeah, man, super hard.
Big up. How are you, sir?
I saw you over there.
I'll catch up with you down there. Yeah. How are you, sir? Great. Nice to see you. I'm only here till 3 o'clock. So I'm only here till 3 o'clock, so I hope all the good things happen before then. Hey, big up.
Trust is coming out to talk to us.
Go round, move right down that way.
Good afternoon to all of you. So good afternoon to all of you who are watching. My name is Wendell Daniel and welcome to Street Mic. And we are currently outside of the gates of number 10 Downing Street with the Rebellion. And we are now going to have a weekend of mayhem down here in London. And all of it will be focused mainly here outside of number 10 Downing Street, and I believe Liz Truss, the Prime Minister, is in the building behind us, and she is going to be hearing the noise that Extinction Rebellion are making. And don't forget, I'm only here till 3 p.m. And if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you switch on the bell, and every time Street Mic goes live, you will be informed. So we're now outside of the gates of number 10 Downing Street with Extinction Rebellion for a weekend of mayhem. And they are going to be down here for 3 days, all around London, shutting this place down. And I know you like to see arrests, and there are going to be lots of arrests during the coming days, but I'm only here until 3 p.m. And if you watch me on a Sunday, I'm not at Speaker's Corner this week. I have other things to do. I'm not at Speaker's Corner this week, and I'm down here at number 10 Downing Street with Extinction Rebellion. Big up. So as we can hear, London, especially Whitehall, is now shut down, and the rebellion will lock this place down for at least 3 days. And 100 yards to my right is number 10 Downing Street, and it has been, this event was originally planned for the week the Queen died, and out of respect for Her Majesty, Extinction postponed this rebellion until this weekend. And it is, you know, I've been doing this stuff now, covering Extinction Rebellion for about 3 years, and what I can say is that a number of spectacular events are being planned. What they are, I don't know, but what I do know, if you do see Extinction, is that it's theatre in the making. We are going to see some amazing sights, but I only hope that we start to see a few things before 3 p.m. today, because at 3 I'm off, because I have other things to do. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button and let everyone knows that you like StreetMic. Give me a thumbs up. Keep hitting that thumbs up. When you do, what does happen is that YouTube will share it a bit more with others. So make sure you hit that thumbs up at all stages. So let's go and let's find some action. So good afternoon, my darling. Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. How are you feeling being out here today, outside of the gates of number 10?
To be honest with you, I'm actually glad we're doing an action, because that's what Extinction Rebellion is about. Direct action on the streets, speaking to government and power. The power lies in the hands of the global corporates now. We have to consistently and proactively lobby them to stop funding fossil fuels.
So what was it like for you over the last few weeks after the Queen died, and then this event was put aside for a few weeks? What was it like waiting?
Well, I got arrested.
You got nicked?
And I had my art factory raided, so it's been very traumatic, to be honest with you.
So what has been planned? Can you give me a little insight? What's been planned for today? What's been planned?
I really don't know what the plan is.
What do you think? What have you heard?
We're going to stay here for as long as we can.
Yeah, but what action is going to be taking place? Give me an inkling.
I cannot tell you what action's been taken because I don't know. It's an autonomous movement.
I know, so do you. So, good afternoon, Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. So, are you enjoying yourself on the streets today?
I love being on the streets, but it's really important.
Do you think Liz Truss and the government are going to listen to you?
Well, I hope they can't help but hear us, but I don't think they're going to listen.
I believe she's in number 10. Just imagine she's watching Street Mic. What do you want to say to her? Talk to her.
I don't really know where to start.
You should know. Say something to her.
Stop everything you're doing, and turn around to go in the other direction.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Rebellion! Rebellion!
On the floor in front of you, I've just dropped a paper clip. You just pick it up. You're so tight. You're so tight. Thank you very much. Much more generous than my friends. I thought you. I'm coming round to you. I thought you. No, stop. I thought you were going to say there's a fiver for me. I'm sure I owe you far more than that. It's like being Mr. December.
I've got some other ones with you.
Today,
Well, it is changing by the minute because our glorious leader is doing so many U-turns, she's spinning like a top in there.
but I was talking about Extinction Rebellion. I want a little insight. I want a little taste of what's planned for the next 2 hours.
We are here exercising our right to protest, and we're here protesting about the environmental and ecological calamity that has been brought on by governments and fossil fuel companies. So that's what we're primarily here for, is exercising our right to protest.
I can just imagine Liz Truss is watching Street Mic, look in the camera and talk to her. What do you want to say to her?
Liz, you know what you need to do. End fossil fuel investment now and create a green renewal. You know, we want a green revolution. Think of all those jobs you could create for millions of people in this country and help save the planet too. You know it makes sense, Liz. Just do the right thing.
Excellent stuff. Big up as normal. And I like when I see you. Say no more. Thanks a lot.
We are also concerned with human beings and the worst administration. And so we want to define our terms a little bit. What does "we cannot afford this anymore" mean? Well, it looks like things like this, right? The North Sea Transition Authority has begun a process to award more than 100 licenses to companies hoping to extract oil and gas in the UK. Almost 900 locations. You can say fuck off as well, don't worry, I'm okay with you swearing. Thank you very much. The ban on fracking was lifted in September. We cannot afford this anymore. Our national debt is increasing as the government has borrowed billions to pay energy companies tied to the fossil fuel economy to maintain our leaky housing stock in its current conditions. They've stopped price rises now to see them quadruple in the future. We cannot afford this anymore. £45 billion of tax cuts, including a freeze on corporation tax. We cannot afford this anymore. This isn't a recession, it's a robbery, and we know where we need to go to call them out for it. So possibly most disgusting of all, In May 2022, the Independent Food Network surveyed 100 of its organisations representing 194 independent food banks, data, etc., etc. We have over 2,500 food banks in the UK currently. It's hard to connect with statistics when they're so mind-boggling, right? But there are people across this country struggling, and it's in the last year that 95% of the people they spoke to responded saying it was because of the cost of living crisis that they are now more actively going to food banks. To put this in a disgusting perspective that we will understand because we are conditioned by the society we live in, we have 1,493 McDonald's in the UK. We now have over 2,500 food banks in the UK. Think about how much you just are aware of McDonald's and how much they influence our society and culture. They're advertising everywhere. We know who they are. We're coming up for 2 to 1 of food banks to McDonald's. This is disgusting. We cannot afford this anymore. So that's why we're here today. And that's why we're going to be burning our bills. And this is a representation of all the things that we are letting go of. All the things that we know are disgusting in our society and we cannot continue with. And it's falling apart at the seams. It's obvious. This is a sad reality for us as people who live in this country, but the political structures are falling apart at their seams. They're not prepared for the future. Change is coming. What it looks like is unknown right now, and we all need to keep thinking about it and keep disturbing and agitating for it to be better than it looks right now, because the options on the table are awful. And so Kwasi Kwarteng has been fired today. It's a matter of weeks. It's falling apart at the seams, folks. And so at 2 o'clock, we're going to do a mic check and we're going to read out a speech, right? And we want everybody to engage in that and be as loud as possible so they hear us on that live coverage and they hear the people of this country are not content with the way that things are going right now. We're also going to be doing the bill burning. So has everybody got a sheet of paper? Flap them around in the air. Your white papers in Parliament. We disagree with this. And we're going to burn them all in the barrels that we've got here today. And we're also going to invite everybody who is burning their sheets to come up and give us a one-sentence testimonial about why it is that they're doing that today. Why you're here. Because it isn't about me speaking on the microphone. It's about all of us being in this moment and all participating in it and all showing our outrage and disgust at the way that things are going right now. So when you burn your bills, please come up and we'll get people to do a testimonial about why it is that they are burning their bills. If you've got paper sheets, maybe start sort of sidling your way over to the barrels so you're ready to start burning them soon. Also, just a couple of shout-outs as well. It's amazing to see so many doctors and nurses and health professionals here today. These are the people that are seeing the worst side of this country, right? People in their most awful bedridden states. And they are coming out in larger and larger numbers of Extinction Rebellion because they know that what we're saying is right. We're calling the alarm, and they're the ones who have to deal with what happens with the consequences of our indecision now. And seeing more and more of them here, it's amazing. So thank you for all your work. Thank you for all the windows that you've smashed. Thank you for all the people that you've worked with and supported and helped. Yeah. Just doing all the thank you. Also, just thank you to all the friends that are here today. There's so many lovely people, so many people coming up to me. There's so many familiar faces, so many people have done so many courageous things in the last 4 years. So again, just give yourselves a massive round of applause and thank you for all of the work that you've been doing. I know it's hard, I know it's tiring, but you're still here, so thank you again, everybody. Please. And please keep sidling over to the barrels. We've got one here, there's another one over there. I think there's a third one a bit further over. So if you've got a piece of paper and you're prepared to burn your bills, then please hang out around by the barrels. Oh shit, really?
So this is the thing, nobody can hear us and we'll just move it into the middle. Yeah.
Everybody, please move back.
There he goes, there he goes.
Near the spares, please. Everybody move back. Everybody
Do you reckon a flare in it? Flare would look good, right?
I was thinking the portrait there and then the flare and the barrel behind it.
I think we might get the portrait in the middle.
Yeah, it would look cool with like smoke behind it.
Let's straighten this nicely.
So Stuart,
You want it bigger? Yeah. If we can move the barrel, so basically where you're standing, you can get the barrel here.
Okay.
Create slightly more space because it's too big together.
Bob. Sorry, is it right? So 3 barrels over there.
Yeah, just slightly move the barrels because there's not enough space in the speaker and the barrels, and there's a line forming between them. So if you can move it slightly, that would be very helpful.
Yes, the press aren't happy about that one. The press are not happy about it. The photo is where it's at. Yeah, I also agree.
we need you to move back a little bit, or we're going to melt your cameras.
How many monitors do you want people to move back?
They can. That's good. Just not over the cameras. And then when it all starts, if we move out the way or just move down, so these guys.
Okay, everybody. So when you're ready,
we don't want to be in the way of the camera. So you just sort of go down like that.
now, if you want to step forward, if you have your piece of paper,
is this enough?
Trust you lot will come forward and get involved, otherwise we'll have to come and stand.
So burn these girls, we cannot afford the way our existing in this world anymore, and this is a physical representation of that. We cannot afford this anymore. Everybody step forward, burn your bills, and then come up to the mic and please tell us why it is that you're doing this. What you're getting rid of, what the sentiment is behind you burning those bills. Extinction! Extinction!
Just lift it a little bit.
Sean Binder, Sarah Mardini, Nassos Karitsos, facing up to 25 years in Greece for humanitarian aid. As I say, we're going to keep reading these solidarity statements throughout the day to remember that it's a global struggle. What we're doing is local, but it's a global struggle, and we're connected with everybody who is striving for a better world.
Why don't you get them going out that way? They're all trying to come back.
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough!
So, I like to see what's going on here as a bonfire of the insanities. We live in an utterly crazy world. There is a roughly $100 trillion a year global economy, and over half the people on this planet struggle for the very basics of existence. And more than that, we are destroying the very conditions of our own survival. This is madness beyond our ability to comprehend with our hearts and our minds, and I think that's why we're going along with it to such a huge extent. But the science is utterly clear. We need a transformation of this system now to have any chance of a viable future. And as I said, half the people on this planet, 4 billion people, live under a meaningful poverty line. And for a matter of a few tens of billions of dollars a year, absolute peanuts to the people up the street in the City of London, we could get rid of extreme hunger. We could provide clean water, the basics of a decent life to every single person on this planet. Is it too much to ask as a father of an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old that they grow up in a world that is functional, that they can survive in, and that they can feel good about? We have technology on this planet that we couldn't conceive of even 50 years ago, that can deal with all the problems that we have if that technology is democratized and if it is in the service of compassion rather than this insane growth. Because let's be realistic, growth is a cipher. Growth is code for ever-increasing concentration of wealth at the top. There is a reason they want to talk about growth, because it's a substitute for them for redistribution of wealth. And as we all know, wealth has not trickled down, even though if it were trickling down to starving people, that is horrific in itself. But the opposite is happening, it's gushing up. And the more wealth gushes up to the top, the less political power the majority of people have, unless and until they mobilise in their masses on the street, not just in this country but across the world. And many people are doing that. The challenge for us at this crucial moment in history, where the government's own scientists are telling them that we need an absolute transformation of the system, the challenge is to draw those struggles together and make sure that we see each other. If it weren't for the complete absence of a free press in this country, this kind of activity would not need to happen in the first place. If our media did its job of telling people what they really needed to know about a world that we need to give to our children that is viable for them, we would not have to do this protest. Because the government's own scientists on climate, they said we need rapid, far-reaching, unprecedented changes to every aspect of society. And they said that 5 years ago when we first started. Are they doing that in any country? Barely. Costa Rica maybe. You know, a pretty good example. But the truly evil thing about this country is that it claims that it is a global climate leader. And it went to Glasgow last year and basically said to the world, all you need to do on climate is say the magic words, net zero 2050. And as the renowned global climate scientist Kevin Anderson has pointed out, net zero is in fact not zero. It is simply an excuse to carry on the insanely psychopathic, and it is psychopathic, and maybe it's sociopathic, because these people just don't think about it, that this is a sociopathic industry in the form of fossil fuels that is destroying the environment, that is destroying the climate, that is destroying the rivers across the world. This is madness, and it is driven largely by the finance up the road in the City of London, in New York City, in these giant Death Stars that are destroying the world. And I've had enough of the media saying, activists say that the government is not doing enough. This is not the activists saying it, it is the intergovernmental scientists. The intergovernmental scientists that the government employs to advise them to know what to do about the environmental crisis said that nature can still be conserved, but only through a fundamental transformation across technological, economic and social factors, including paradigms, goals and values. So that's science speak for we have to transform the economy, the society, the technology, and paradigms. You know, it's a slightly unusual word, maybe that we don't use all the time, but it means the very framework that we use to understand how life works needs to be shifted. And the goals of that system need to be shifted. From what? From this insane growth that is chewing up the planet to make the rich richer, to a system where we actually use the planet's wealth to create a decent life for everybody. And the tragedy of this generation, and I've said it before, but it's worth emphasising, the tragedy of this generation is that we have the means like never before to provide for a decent future for every single person on this planet. We couldn't have conceived of that 100 years ago, but it's totally possible now. And I've had enough of this ecocidal crime against humanity, this tragedy beyond tragedy, where we are failing to do what's required. And meanwhile, in the 5th richest country in the world, millions of people, despite the fact our economy has grown about 100% in the last 30 years, millions of people in one of the richest countries in the world are struggling to afford the food they need and the heat they need to stay warm in the winter. This is an unimaginable scandal and we need to break out right now. This is not a cost of living crisis, it is a cost of living.
Good afternoon to all of you watching. Welcome to StreetMic. And we are live and direct outside of the gates of Downing Street where bills received are now being burnt. And don't forget, if you like StreetMic, give it a thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. This is Extinction Rebellion's weekend of mayhem. We are getting 3 days of mayhem with Extinction Rebellion. I'll be shutting down in 45 minutes, so I hope you are enjoying the photographs, the shots, the images of the bills being burnt. And who would have imagined that?
We got Teresa here.
Careful. I got that on film. It's happened to us all, man.
And the UN scientists have said we've got a brief and rapidly closing window to secure a livable future for humanity.
We're in front of Downing Street, so if you want to come down, get on the tube down to Westminster Embankment or Trafalgar Square and make your way to Downing Street. We are here for 3 days of mayhem down at this amazing Extinction Rebellion event. And who would have believed that since that pink boats landed in Trafalgar, no, not Trafalgar Square, central London in Oxford Street, 3-4 years ago, Extinction Rebellion are still campaigning.
Licensing new oil exploration fields. We're the worst insulated country in Western Europe.
So we're going to get some speeches in a minute, and then I'll be locking down at 3 p.m. So 3 o'clock, look at that elderly lady there. 3 o'clock, she's burning her bills. 3 o'clock, StreetMic is gone. As I look around, I can see about 1,000 people on the streets here in Whitehall, and Whitehall is locked down. I don't know what the news is today, but I've heard that the Chancellor's been fired. She's the first, he's the first, not she. And I've no doubt that the country is now in crisis, and Liz Truss should be the next. But we are coming to you live and direct from the streets. And this is StreetMic.
Instead, we've got a system run by this bunch that are arresting, vilifying,
let me go overhead and get an overhead shot.
Non-violent climate activists. People like Suella Braverman at her speech at the Tory party conference saying that we would all be arrested. Where is the justice in that? And last of all, we're facing the collapse of all nature and humanity. I can't be a bystander to that. Every person here needs to step up and take it beyond here, take it to all our friends, everyone we know, to make sure that we do not bystand and let this happen. The time to act is now. And we want people to be on these streets again on the 21st of April 2023. Thank you. I'm burning it.
Thank you so much, Teresa. These are the kind of stories that we need. This is the story that we need to be telling in this time, not anything that's coming from those buildings in there. You know what the root of the word story is? It's an old Anglo-Saxon word, it means spell. We need more spells right now. We need more magic. We need more stories. And so other people, please come up. We need more of this. Yeah, thank you very much. We got Julie here.
Yeah, this will be quick, but I'm Julie. I am a Green rep for my union. I work in a school. And I think you can't have climate justice without social justice. We should be supporting the workers that are taking direct action, which is strike action. Get to the picket lines and show your solidarity with those fighting against the cost of living crisis. We have a weak government that can be beaten by taking action on the streets and in the workplaces. Solidarity.
Absolutely, solidarity with all the unions are mobilising their rank and file members in a way that I've never seen in my lifetime. I'm 29 years old, I've never seen this sort of strike action. And if you're at the Enough is Enough march on the 1st of October, you see that there's only more coming down the line. Initial balloting from education unions, medical unions, is overwhelmingly in favour of strike action. And we should be supporting all of this right now. This energy isn't just coming from us, it's other spaces now, and we need to be supporting all of it and turning out for all these different events. So, solidarity to workers, thank you so much. Up next we got Mule.
Roger that. Does that work? Testing. Yeah, that's fine. So so just to pick up on what that speaker said earlier about growth, there's a really good quote that I love, which is something I'm paraphrasing, but approximately it goes: "Infinite growth without meaning is the ideology of a cancer cell." Now, everything about the climate crisis is very negative, as in psychologically negative, i.e. don't do that. There's a lot of positive stuff though. For example, now, I want to preface, there are some error bars here. I don't understand the methodology, I'm not a scientist. However, the Stanford University Science Department recently published a study this year saying, if we changed our energy grid to onshore wind, it'd be carbon neutral in 2 years, it would pay for itself in 7. FYI, according to Just Up Oil, and I think they're a very reputable source, we have 7 to 8 years of oil reserves left, so let's nationalise the fuckers. And then the final note is fucking radical love to you all. I fucking love every one of you. Beautiful people.
Up next we have Rebecca, who's also been burning her bills.
I'm here today as a grandmother, as a mother, and as a primary school teacher. I am afraid for their future. I am sick and tired of teaching hungry 6-year-olds who don't have a bed to sleep in or clean clothes to wear. I work with families day in, day out who are working as hard as they can, who are pedalling as hard as they can, and are still having to use food banks simply to survive. I speak for all of those people today when I say enough is enough. Together we stand and we are stronger together. Take it home, take it to your families, take it to your friends, bring them back here in April. We have to stop this.
Thank you so much to all the speakers who are coming up. It's really beautiful to hear from everybody here. And that's what we need to do. We just need to be communicating more, having more opportunity for everybody to have their voice heard and coming together and figuring out what we do with the mess that we find ourselves in right now. But also just to echo what Mule said as well, that like everything isn't terrible. There are positive things happening and people are working to re-understand what it is to live in the world currently. And I was listening to a Sarah Ichoka, who's an author on sustainability, and she was talking about the meaning of sustainability, actually, sorry. And she said that sustainability suggests that we want to continue doing what we are currently doing indefinitely. It overlooks all the dysfunctional aspects of our current system. It ignores and does not take account of past harms that exist within this system. At very best, sustainability is about doing no more harm. We need to go further. We all know that. We have to undo all of the harm that's already been done. And that's what this is here. This is what people coming together can achieve. Understanding what all these problematic dynamics are that we are inheriting, that we have helped create, and working through them together. And people are doing that with regenerative practices all over the world currently. And we need to be promoting that work as much as we're highlighting all the negative things that are going on as well. So for anybody who's involved in any of these kind of regenerative practices, I'm sure there's many of you here today, thank you so much. Do we have any more bill burners? Anybody waiting to burn their bills? If you'd like to come up, do a quick testimony about why you're doing this today. Yes. Yes, absolutely. We have one of my favourite people coming up to speak now as well.
I'm shorter. I wasn't going to talk, but I'm here to burn my bill and hope that hasn't burned many bridges with the direction I took, because it was XR back in October 2019 when I was a clueless mum who'd lost her job, lost faith that life had much to offer, and you lot woke me up, as we don't like to say. And I have found myself doing things I never dreamed of and meeting the most incredible people who make me feel not alone and not stupid. And I have never been so pleased to hear the sound of drums in my life when you lot were coming down the mall. Right, because together we can do this. We don't agree about everything, and that is okay, because our differences are what makes us beautiful. Learning to talk through our differences, we realise we're never actually very far apart. And these lot, they're issuing kill policies, right? The cost of austerity in life over 8 years cost 330,000 plus lives of people like me, disabled people, who these people want to say have no value. You know, all they care about is oily companies' profits. And I've been immersed in all you lot, and I know the vast majority of us care about each other. And we can see a beautiful future coming, so let's insulate Britain to just stop oil, because enough is enough. So bite back and avoid Extinction Rebellion. Extinction! Extinction! Love you!
As I say, Tracy, one of my favourite people in the whole world. She doesn't just bring the anger, but she also brings the care. She understands that we need to care for each other, and it isn't just about the anger and aggression, but everything that she just said. So again, thank you so much, Tracy. Yeah, okay. Also, because not many people can hear, let's just do a quick chant as well. Let's do it 3 times.
For those of you who are watching, just to let you know, I'm using different equipment. I'm using different equipment today, and I haven't bought my rain gear. So if this rain continues for the next 5 minutes, I'm shutting down. I can't get my equipment wet, and I don't have an umbrella. So if the rain continues,
we're going to have a smooth transition to some music then.
I cannot get my equipment wet.
Also, Liz Truss is coming out any moment, I've just heard, so we're going to do a big mic check as well. So project as loud as you can. We want the whole crowd to hear it and the whole crowd to join in and send the noise that way. So as soon as she comes out, Yaz is ready with a nice speech. We're going to do a big mic check, so please get your lungs ready, put your flags down, and be ready to make Liz Truss hear us out here today, okay?
1419. To hear your notification.
More smooth transitions with the tech here. Thank you for bearing with us, everybody. Extinction! We do everything on the fly. This is the whole point of this organisation. We make it up as we go along. And I love that you're still into it. That is true. We now have another amazing speaker. In light of this being an international effort, we have Sam here from West Papua.
My brother and sister, thank you for coming. Because why? When I say extinction, you say rebellion. Extinction! Rebellion! Extinction! Rebellion! Extinction! Rebellion! Extinction! Rebellion! Today is not about fight for motherland. When you talk about motherland, you talk about human, you talk about animals, you talk about plants. All of it is one. Woo! So that's why we need to resist, fight the government, just follow the money. We need to smash them down. Woo! That's why we are here on the street to tell them we are no longer, when we say enough is enough, because their policy destroy working class, destroy middle class, destroy everybody, indigenous people from West Papua, Middle East, to Palestine, to Yemen, to Kurdistan, and everyone. Woo! So today is not you fight for yourself, but you fight for us, for indigenous. Because when I come from West Papua, when I stand on the street to fight against the multinational corporation, they will shoot me on the street. Woo! The example, what happened in Colombia, what happened in Brazil, what happened in Bolivia, what happened in Venezuela, what happened in Mexico, what happened in Kurdistan, Assad, what happened right now in Iran. That person who has been killed says Kurdish, her name is Gina Amini. So why did they mention about Kurdish? Because colonial doesn't want to acknowledge the oppressor, the colonizer. Same thing what happened in Palestine when Israeli killed, slaughter, when this cost living being high. What happened in Middle East? What happened in Palestine and Gaza? There's no food, there's no water. Why? Because our government directly involved to slaughter innocent people in Palestinian. Same thing what happened in Kurdistan, because our government for fight against, for Erdogan fascist regime, Iranian, Turkey, Iraq, to kill Kurdish people. So this struggle, not for Kurdish, not for Palestinian, not for West Papua, but all of us, because we are living in one planet called our mother. When you fight for us, you're saving all of us. Thank you for listening. When I say free, you say West Papua. Free, free. West Papua. Free, free. West Papua. Free, free. West Papua. West Papua will be free. Palestine will be free. Kurdistan will be free. Western Sahara will be free. Yemen will be free. Every indigenous people will be free if all of you stand for us. Because all of you is our fighter, all of you are our voice, all of you are our messenger. So thank you for coming. We just say thank you. As indigenous people, we love you. We'll continue. Thank you for coming today.
Big up, big up.
Just want to let that sit there for a minute,
Big
just
up
to
to that
take in the
speaker.
power of that speech just then. Just in light of what you're saying, in solidarity with the global south
Big up to that
and all
speaker.
political prisoners who have been showing for a better world. Abdullah Öcalan, he's been in prison for 22 years on an island off the coast of Turkey. He's been striving for an independent Kurdish autonomous space, which now exists in northeast Syria, Rojava. But I have a quote here from him that says, "There is a widespread individual institutional subservient spirit, which is one of the biggest obstacles blocking democratization. It can only be overcome by creating an awareness of democracy in all parts of society. Citizens must be invited actively to commit themselves to democracy." So that was a beautiful, eloquent invitation with energy to invite all of you into participating in creating a democratic nation. This is part of that process, but it isn't everything. Us spilling out onto the streets, these are impressive moments, but this isn't the only thing that we need to be doing. So hold on to that sentiment there and take it with you beyond today and speak to other people and bring them in. Invite them into this democratizing process that we're all engaging in right now. I lost words for a second. Do we have any more testimonials? Anybody else who's burnt some pieces of paper? Anybody who's been burning their bills? Getting rid of all of the shit that we need to in this society to be able to build a new, better one, to regenerate and grow and continue in a better direction. There must be somebody. Look how many beautiful people there are here today. Perfect. Thank you so much. Hester? Everybody give it up for Hester.
What I'm burning today is the belief that I'm not good enough. What I'm burning today is the lie I was taught that I have to tear my sisters down to get anywhere. That there's only room for just a few of us at the top. What I'm burning today is the lie that I don't have free will, that I have to meet the obligations put upon me as a mother, as a partner, as a daughter, as a sister, as a woman, as bisexual. All these labels that have trapped me, I am burning them today. I'm also burning today the lie that I'm an individual, because I am part of each and every one of you. And I see myself in each and every one of you. I am not separate. I am connected. I am part of the whole. That tree is connected to me. That grass is connected to me. This rain is connected to the water in my blood. So today I burn the lie that I am separate, an individual, someone that is alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And neither are you. Thank you for being here. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow as well. Let's keep the fight up, people.
the shore, China's under martial law. Rock and roll and color wars, I can't take it anymore. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, but when we are gone, we will still go on and on and on and on and on and on. We didn't start the fire.
Hello folks, more dancing, yes, thank you. It's okay to have fun. The world's dying, but we can still enjoy ourselves, that's okay. We've heard that the press conference isn't going to happen outside now. Maybe she got a bit nervous, she didn't want to see us here as she was speaking. But there's still a big press conference going on. We can see Laura Koonsberg speaking to the BBC now, so we want to make sure that they can hear us, okay? So I'm going to do a little mic check. Get some energy up, and then Yaz is going to continue that mic check going, okay? And when we start this, I want you to feel it in your belly, right? Really believe what you're saying, okay? Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! I believe! I believe that we! I believe that we will win! 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 We are in crisis! We are in crisis! Floods! Storms! Heat waves! Soaring costs! Tumbling markets! And a cost of living scandal! While polluting companies get rich. We are in crisis. We can't afford this anymore. And what happens in this chamber, in this street, makes a mockery of all of us. We can't afford this anymore. It doesn't have to be like this. It is possible to act in a way that is fair and supports everyone to confront the climate emergency and the crisis in our costs. But this political system is too out of date. It just doesn't work. It's too out of touch to see beyond the next election and do what needs to be done. We need a new way. A new way for decisions to be made. A new democracy. A true democracy. When more voices are heard. Not just those at the top. We need the true diversity of our country to be actually represented. We need a citizens' assembly. And we need it now. Citizens' assemblies empower people to make decisions that benefit all of us. Decisions that can get us out of this mess and make life fairer
safer, better for all of us. Time and time again, we are told that we just have to put up with it. That things can't change. Well, enough's enough. We refuse to let our future be destroyed by politicians who care only about themselves. We can be the mass movement we need to upgrade politics, to update democracy, to mobilise to preserve life, and win a citizens' assembly. We need to decide. It's time to let people decide. We can't afford this anymore, can we? Extinction! Extinction! Extinction!
Are you feeling it now? Yeah, you're feeling it. We can win. That was so perfectly designed as well. And all of our organised chaos, Liz Truss was speaking at the exact moment that we did that mic check. Well done. So I've got another beautiful quote for you here from another revolutionary, Angela Davis. Struggled her whole life for black liberation, right? She was in prison for over a year, unfairly, for the things that she was trying to agitate for in the US. Goes like this: the moments when we feel connected to each other, when we feel our collective power, when we know that we need change. Otherwise, the moments we spill out into the streets. But those moments cannot be sustained over time, and the change does not happen in those moments. Those moments help us to remember the promise of revolutionary change, and we have to work towards that change in ways that are not so dramatic, in ways that are not so visible. The change that happens because all of us recognize that revolutionary promise, this revolutionary promise, and we decide that we are going to do the unglamorous work of organizing for change. And that is where we are today. This is the promise of revolutionary change. Look at each other for a second. You are the promise of revolutionary change, and you have to continue it beyond this moment. Give a fuck about Liz Truss. We need to be organized. We need to go out into our communities and talk to them. Speak to everybody. Hold people's assemblies as much as you can. Play around with it. Do it in a fun way. Play music, dance. Give people food, their basic needs when you run these people's assemblies. Talk to each other. Bring yourselves together, and then we can do anything. We've seen it throughout history. We have all of these figures that have demonstrated that we can do incredible things. We don't have to listen to these people or think that they're the icons of our time. They are nobody. I'm so sorry, Bridget. They are nobody. They're only going to be in the wrong side of the history books. And we need to be in the right side, but we have to organize more. And I know that we're tired. People have been around for many years doing this now, but it's the only option that we have. We have to keep organizing. We have to keep speaking to each other. We have to keep creating opportunities for that revolutionary change to come to fruition. Also, a specific thing I want to shout out, because I'll be a bad organizer if I didn't do this. As I say, I do London local group development. On the 22nd of October, so next Saturday, we're going to have our next London-wide gathering. We did one a few weeks ago. We had over 50 people come to it. We ran a big people's assembly about what we're going to be doing next in London, for this whole city to come together again and get organized. Seriously organized. I'm not messing around. We need to get seriously organized. There's all sorts of problems that we're facing within this organization, right? But it's okay. We can navigate them if we talk to each other and keep creating those opportunities for us to get more organized. Keep feeling that revolutionary promise. So the 22nd of October, I'm not such a great organizer, I haven't got a specific location for you yet, but please keep an eye on XR London channels. and we'll post somewhere soon in the next couple of days. I got somebody on it. They're already sending me locations the last couple of days. We just haven't decided somewhere yet. But next Saturday, 22nd of October, we're going to be running a People's Assembly with everybody across London. Care if you're XR or whatever banner you're holding. If you want to do good work and you want to think about that revolutionary promise and bring it to fruition, come on the 22nd of October, and we're going to continue that conversation, and we're going to create opportunities for big changes, because that's what you got to do. Magical changes, impossible changes. That's what we're going to be doing. That's what I'm in the business of, okay? Extinction! Extinction! I would love to hear some more testimonials now. Anybody feeling hyped? You want to come and say anything? A few words. I don't care how much. Just something. Come and say something to all of us here. Yeah, perfect. Here he is. What's your name? Lauren.
Cheers. So, I'm seeing quite a lot of different banners here today. There's Extinction Rebellion, Just Stop Oil. But I'm a member from a group that's only recently just kind of come into the news. The Anti-Growth Coalition. Any members here from the Anti-Growth Coalition? Yeah? Now, it's a bit of a complicated name, Anti-Growth Coalition, because it doesn't really speak exactly to what we're about. Because we're not just anti-growth. We're against the growth of a few specific things. We're against the growth of the pockets of the rich who continue to profit from the destruction of our planet. We're against that kind of growth. We're against the growth of the anti-democratic measures being pushed against us by this government. We're against that kind of growth. We're not against the growth of trees, of nature, of the actual world around us that used to exist before we started cutting it down. And there's another word that's been coming around, that's been mentioned a lot recently: power. People can't power their homes. People can't afford power. There's a cost of living crisis that means basically, in order to power your own house, a lot of people have had to forego food. But we need to recognize that actually that is a result of the fact that that very power is coming from the fossil fuel industry itself, right? Our energy bills as a nation could be £2.5 billion cheaper, could have been, if David Cameron hadn't scrapped the green regulations under his government, right? £2.5 billion. That's a heck of a lot of money saved. That could potentially be a crisis averted and thousands of lives saved across this country just by investing in the true power that can last a lot longer than the fossil fuel industry. Because the fossil fuel industry, if it keeps going, the planet won't last that long, and there's no fossil fuels on a dead planet, right? If we invested in sustainable, renewable energy, our energy bills would be cheaper around this country. We would be able to power our houses. We would be able to feed ourselves. It is the cheapest form of electricity, and it can be up to date and up and running in an immensely short amount of time, right? Every single day. Then people over there decide, we'll wait around a bit. We'll commission 100 new fossil fuel licenses in the North Sea. 100. International Energy Agency has said that we can't have one, and the International Energy Agency is a pretty conservative organisation. They're not in the business of big, radical statements like we need to stop what our entire economy is based on. But I want to talk about a different kind of power, because a lot of people think that the majority of the power in this country is still in that building just over there. But if you've taken a look in that building over the last couple of hours, it's a bit of a clusterfuck. They've just sacked somebody who was supposedly right at the seat of power, right? And the reason they don't really have a clue what's going on, the reason they don't have power, is because the fossil fuel industry has made $3 billion every single day for the last 50 years. Everybody in there is bought and paid for by that industry. That buys you a lot of politicians $3 billion a day for the last 50 years. So the power's not in there. So where is the power? I think it might be out here. The power's out here. And I've got a pretty optimistic hope that every single person here is pushing for a kind of world that all of us here can actually live in. We're against the growth of this. We're for the growth of this. Solidarity and power, and keep going, the Anti-Growth Coalition. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant.
So many amazing speakers today. It's what we're here to hear from everybody. It's not about one person in the building, it's all of us coming together. As I say, it's okay to have some fun though. Don't worry about the media calls you a crusty blah blah.
So for those of you who are watching, we are going to be closing down in a couple of minutes,
there's so many cameras out there right now.
And we'll be back
Everybody
tomorrow,
and
on Sunday I will not be doing Speaker's Corner. I'll be doing something else, so I'm not doing Speaker's Corner on Sunday. I got something else to do which will be live, and I will be in Brixton on Sunday. I will not be at Speaker's Corner. So thank you for watching StreetMic. We are coming to an end of this live stream. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are watching. Big up. We are going to be closing down in a few minutes, and those of you who are watching, love you. Those of you in the chat, thank you very much for watching, but we are coming to an end now. Big up. If you want to see a bit more of this, how about coming out the house, getting on the tube and coming down to Whitehall, so a tube to big up Westminster, Embankment, or even Trafalgar Square. This is where we are. Big up. As we can see the number of people who are down here this afternoon, and it's the rebellion, mayhem, that's going to be taking place for the next few days. So it's the Extinction Rebellion weekend of mayhem. Big up. Get out your house, get on a train, get on a bus, get on your bicycle, and come and join real people on the streets of London. We don't want you stuck at home in bed on a computer. Get out. Come to the real world and experience real life. Big up. This is what it's really like. And I hope you have enjoyed StreetMic today. We started about 12:30 and we started down by Trafalgar Square with the drummers, and then we had a few speeches, and then we made our way down Whitehall in a march. Big up. There's some ministers coming out, so we can see some ministers coming out of So this is what's going on. Some ministers has just come out of number 10 Downing Street. Extinction Rebellion. Big up. And even more are coming out. And they're singing, whose streets are these? So we're now walking through the crowds and we can see the sheer number of people who are down here. And in a moment we will be, big up, ending this stream. So in a couple of minutes this stream is ending and we can hear everyone is screaming Extinction Rebellion, and this is 3 days, a weekend of mayhem. So let me do a quick interview. So sir, we meet again. How are you feeling?
Very positive, thank you.
Yeah. So what's it been like for you to be out here again today?
Brings back lots of memories, lots of old friends, lots of new friends. It's a nice place to be.
Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. You're good. I'll see you tomorrow probably, yeah? Thanks a lot, man.
I don't know if you remember interviewing me about 3 years ago.
He does as well, yeah. Yeah, well, it's a working day, isn't it?
No,
tomorrow should be better.
Also,
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
We're 4 years into this, and a lot of the people from our group are saying, I don't know if I want to take the day off work.
But you're right, numbers aren't down. But people are moving into other little groups.
I've got to go now.
Yeah.
All right.
So for all of you who are watching, we've now come to an end of this live stream. We have come to an end. So we are now closing down, and I'll be back tomorrow. So this is the end. We are closing down. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to give me the thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. Make sure you switch on your notification bell, and every time StreetMic goes live, you will be informed. So switch on the notification bell, follow, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.